Hola, hola chicos, bienvenidos a nuestra última clase del día de hoy, lunes 24 de agosto. Recuerda que estamos en nuestra clase, nuestra materia de ciencias naturales. Y seguimos con el sistema solar, ya que es nuestro último tema de la materia de ciencias. El aprendizaje esperado, creo que ya hasta te lo sabes de memoria, ¿verdad? Bueno, recuerda que para la sesión de hoy te pedí libreta de ciencias y lapicera completa. Vamos a iniciar observando dos videos. Recuerda que necesito toda tu atención para... Bueno, son dos videos consecutivos los que vamos a observar.
Born from primordial stardust 4.5 billion years ago, Jupiter was the solar system's first planet. And much like its namesake, the king of the ancient Roman gods, Jupiter was destined for greatness. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest planet in the solar system. At approximately 11 Earths wide, Jupiter has twice the amount of mass as the other planets put together. But unlike Earth and the three other terrestrial worlds, Jupiter has no solid surface. It may not even have a traditionally solid core. Rather, this giant planet may have a dense liquid center surrounded by a worldwide ocean of hydrogen and helium gases. Jupiter's gaseous composition can be observed in its atmosphere. About 44 miles thick, the atmosphere is a canvas of stripes and storms churning across the giant planet. Their colors range between shades of whites, yellows, browns, and reds, all caused by the different chemical makeup of each area. Probably the most iconic feature of Jupiter is a crimson-brown storm that's been raging for over 300 years, the Great Red Spot. It's a giant swirling collection of clouds with wind speeds of up to 400 miles per hour, at least 2.5 times faster than Category 5 hurricanes. Floating hundreds of miles above the storms of Jupiter are about 79 moons, the most of the 8 known planets. The 4 largest moons were discovered by Galileo in 1610. Called the Galilean satellites, they include Io, the most volcanically active celestial body in the solar system, Ganymede, the solar system's largest moon, even larger than the planet Mercury, and Callisto and Europa, which, along with Ganymede, may contain oceans of liquid water underneath their crusts. Jupiter's large collection of moons is only made possible by the planet's massive size and gravitational pull, the strongest of all the planets in the solar system. This incredible gravity also influenced the sizes of the 7 other planets. During the solar system's earliest days, Jupiter, being the first planet to form, attracted and destroyed space debris that would have helped the other planets grow in size. Today, that force may serve as a shield by attracting comets and asteroids onto Jupiter's own surface, preventing them from crashing onto inner planets like Earth. Apart from the Sun, Jupiter has become the dominant figure in the solar system, thereby earning its place at the top of the planetary heap as king.
Ok, ahora veremos nuestro segundo video, ¿sale? Como te puedes dar cuenta, hoy hablaremos de Júpiter y veremos de quién más hablaremos.
With its gold color and stunning rings, Saturn is quite a planetary gem. Saturn is the second largest of the 8 planets, and it is about 10 times as wide as Earth. Despite its size, Saturn is actually the lightest planet. It is predominantly made of the gases hydrogen and helium, and because of its particular gaseous composition, Saturn is the only planet in the solar system that's less dense than water. If the planet were placed on an enormous ocean, it would be able to float. Saturn's gaseous makeup also means that it has no true surface. At its center, the planet has a dense core of water, ice, and rocky material, but it has no actual landmass. Instead, it's mostly made of gases, liquids, and yellow ammonia crystals that swirl around the planet, creating golden clouds and storms. The largest storm on Saturn is at its north pole. It's over twice the size of Earth and shaped in a near-perfect hexagon. Each of the 6 sides is believed to be the result of jet streams, which all encircle a massive hurricane. Because of Saturn's inhospitable environment, the planet cannot support life, but some of its moons might. Saturn has more than 50 confirmed moons, and each varies in size and terrain. Enceladus, one of Saturn's smallest moons, is covered in ice and only about as wide as the state of Pennsylvania. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, is nearly as wide as Canada. Titan is also the only moon in the solar system with clouds and a dense atmosphere. Both Titan and Enceladus have underground oceans that would make them potentially capable of sustaining life. Saturn's moons may also play a role in shaping the planet's signature feature, its rings. Saturn's ring system is the largest and most complex in the entire solar system. The rings are made of icy and rocky remnants from comets, asteroids, and moons. The particles range in size from being as small as dust to as big as mountains. The ring system is divided into 7 groups of rings. Altogether, they are as wide as 4.5 Earths, but only about 2/3 of a mile thick. How the rings are able to stay on track and intact has to do with Saturn's smallest moons. Called shepherding moons, these tiny satellites orbit between the rings, and they seem to use their gravity to shape the ring material into circular paths. Saturn has fascinated scientists and amateur astronomers alike for thousands of years. The ancient Greeks and Romans, who named the planet after the god of agriculture, believed it was a star. It wasn't until the 17th century, after the telescope was invented, that scientists like Galileo Galilei, Christian Huygens, and Giovanni Cassini could take a much closer look. Only then was Saturn's planetary status discovered, and ultimately, its many moons and brilliant rings. Because of its planet-like moons, lightweight composition, and dazzling ring system, Saturn continues to mesmerize us to this day.